Welcome to Pet Tech, the podcast show about new technologies to help us care for our pets. I am your host, Ken Jones. Welcome to the show that helps you apply today's technology to make the care of your pets easier, safer, and more fun. I am the Pet Tech Guy, and this is the program where we talk about electronic tracking devices, high-tech nutrition, aquarium gear, filter systems, heating, lighting, computer controls, and much, much more. Technology is the application of science. On Pet Tech, we explore the science behind pet products and services. We also bring you the new and wonderful in the world of pets. If you have a suggestion for a topic or product to discuss on the show, email me at pettech@petliferadio.com. That's pettech, P-E-T-T-E-C-H, at petliferadio, petliferadio.com. I would love to hear from you. And just to make our show even more fun, I award prizes and discounts on pet products. You can win. Visit the show notes page of each episode and listen at the end of the show for instructions on how to claim your discounts and prizes. I would like to introduce to you the CEO of the Blue Life Company, a fairly new aquatic products company that has been busy designing a new line of aquarium products that I think are really going to get noticed. The CEO is with us today, and her name is Ariel Fruedenthal.
Yes.
You've got a product here we want to talk about today that's a filtration media product. Is that right? And we call that ClearFX Pro. Is that right?
Yep, that's correct.
Well, tell us, before you tell us about the product, tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, we are talking about aquarium products today, and we're going to be talking a little bit about aquarium keeping. Do you, Ariel, have an aquarium at home?
Of course I do. I have 3 different aquariums. I am a hobbyist first. So I've got a 55-gallon reef, a 15-gallon reef, and a little 1-gallon beta tank.
Well, that covers the range rather dramatically, I think. That's terrific. So you've been doing this for a while, have you? Have you been a hobbyist?
Yes, I've been a hobbyist since I was a little girl. My grandparents are marine biologists, and they raised me around labs and doing research on coral reefs, and so they've been a huge part of my life.
Oh,
my
goodness.
grandfather, my grandfather's like the grandfather of coral reefs. He definitely had a huge impact on what I do now.
Well, you got a very intense start at an early age, it sounds like. That's terrific. Ariel, tell us a little bit about the history of Blue Life. Tell us about your company.
Well, Blue Life was founded about 5 years ago by a couple of different men who wanted to create a company that would have innovative aquarium products that wouldn't break the bank. I came on last year, and I totally agreed with what they wanted to do, and I wanted to add my own products and add my own experience to the company. So I came on in May, and we've been going full throttle since then, coming out with new products and really taking the aquarium industry by storm.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I understand that you partner with another company that has a few tanks laying around. Is that right?
Well, they're very nice to let me borrow their facilities, but Sea Dwelling Creatures is a great company, and they're our biggest distributor, and they have been awesome in letting me test my products in their warehouse. So I have a huge advantage in that I can use all the fish I want, all the water I want, and make sure that these products really work.
Now, just to explain to our listeners, Sea Dwelling Creatures is a wholesale facility down there near the LA airport, I believe. And from what I read on the website, they're an award-winning facility. They're a huge facility. They supply a lot of public aquariums. So an awful lot of livestock is kept and maintained there and moves through that facility. So that would be a great proving ground for new products. So that's part of what's kind of part of your development process, I guess.
Yes, exactly. They have marine biologists on staff, and I get to work with them and find out exactly what the needs are that they have and then transfer those to hobbyist needs.
Okay, so what does Blue Life come up with this ClearFX Pro? What's this all about?
This is my new product. I'm very happy about this product. It's been going very well. What it is it's an all-in-one filtration media. So it's got 3 different ingredients in it, and it's everything you could possibly want in a filter media. This is the only product you need to put in your aquarium and to have a healthy, successful, stable aquarium. It's the only filtration media that you need. You also need things like water and fish and all that, but this is all you need for your filtration. And it's a great product. We spent a lot of time researching it and making sure it was perfect.
Now, when we talk about filter media, I think in terms of, I always, because of my background, think in terms of freshwater, saltwater, and then ponds. I have another podcast called Prince of Ponds, and that's where I spent about 30 years of my experience in this industry. But this is an aquarium filter media, and is it for both freshwater and saltwater?
Yes, it can be used in fresh and saltwater. Mostly we've been selling it for saltwater use recently because that's the people I know are mostly in saltwater, but it can definitely be used in freshwater, and it's a great product for it. It takes out tannins, and so it's going to be a perfect tank for any driftwood tanks or really any tank it would be great for.
Well, now what does this filter media do? Now we're not talking for the listeners that are maybe haven't had an aquarium for a long time. In the old days, in the really old days. Now this is back when I was a kid, which is a long time ago. Of course, there was spun glass filtration media. It was just a glass wool that we used, but that's quickly got replaced with polyester pads and floss and so forth. But when it comes to more sophisticated aquarium keeping, we use other things to filter the water with. And what are some of those things?
Well, when you go into an aquarium store, there's an entire wall of those kinds of things. Carbons, there's so many different types of carbons, phosphate resins, organic scavengers, ion exchange resins. I mean, it's endless to the amount of different chemical filtration medias you can get. It's very complicated. So that's why I wanted to make a filter media that would take the best of all of them and put them together to make your life easier.
So you've got several things in this media. Tell us what's in it. Tell us a little bit more about your carbon and your resins and such.
Okay, so there are 3 ingredients, like I said. Carbon is the first ingredient. The carbon that we use it's very hard. So if you have water pounding down on it, it's not going to break up and create a lot of ash. So ash we're not sure about the research behind ash, whether it hurts fish or not, but there has been some research saying that ash is very harmful to fish. It gets caught in their gills and it can cause diseases. So I don't know if it's true or not, but just in case, we made sure that our carbon had the littlest possible amount of ash possible. It also has a huge surface area. So in a tablespoon of this carbon, it's about a football field of area, which is hard to wrap the mind around. So it is the best carbon that you could possibly get. And people who don't like carbon, they would like my carbon because it's such an excellent quality carbon.
So, and the key to this surface area is that the carbon is a chemical filtration media, so it interacts chemically with the water. And the more surface area you have, the more it can react to the water, the more work it can do. Is that right?
Exactly. Thank you for clarifying that. That is true. And what it does is it's going to make the water crystal clear. It's going to take out odors, metals, phenols, which are neurotoxins, gases, pollutants, tannins, which cause all that yellow color, and even more. So it takes out all the bad stuff that you don't want in your tank.
Well, and a lot of people I know who keep aquariums have used carbon from time to time. It's one of the more better known filter medias, I think, one of the more common ones. But now you have some other interesting things in there. I think a lot of us have heard of resins, but aren't really clear on what a resin is or how it works. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, there are lots of different types of resins that do all kinds of things. Mainly they're beads made of some sort of plastic, and they're either microporous or macroporous, and they can be very complicated. The one that I have in my ClearFX Pro is called an organic scavenger resin. So it's macroporous, and what it does is attack all of the organics in the water. And what that does is when there's not as much organics in the water, there can be more oxygen in the water. And that oxygen is extremely important for the tank. It makes more reactions occur in the water. It makes the corals and the fish happier. It does something we call raising the ORP, or the redox, which is the reactions of oxygen in the water. So it's very complicated, but it's definitely necessary, and a lot of beginner aquarists don't use this type of product because it's so complicated. So that's why I decided to put it into this product.
So does this organic scavenger resin absorb these organics, or
Yes,
does it just react with them and break them down or something?
it does absorb them.
It absorbs them kind of like a sponge.
Exactly.
Ah,
And
I
it will
see.
help stabilize the pH, and it helps stabilize the entire aquarium. So that's why another reason why it's very important.
Well, I know that old dirty water has a lot of organics in it typically, and nice clean fresh water has very little or to no organics in it at all. And that's really that's what we're talking about is making our water as clean and pure as possible.
Exactly.
And so this organic scavenger resin is a way to do that. What about you have another kind of resin in your
That's right.
filter medium?
Yes, we have a phosphate resin. Phosphates are evil to me. I do not like phosphates.
Okay.
Phosphates can cause all kinds of problems. A lot of times people will come in and talk to me about how they're having troubles with their aquarium. They're having algae issues, their coral is receding, they're having so many difficulties, and it's mostly because of phosphates. They're not testing to see if they have phosphates in the water. And as soon as we do test their water, it turns out they have a high amount of phosphates. So this resin, what I have in here is a phosphate resin bead, and that's going to take out those phosphates. So you're not going to have the coral recession and the algae blooms.
Hmm. Is that a problem in freshwater as well?
It is a problem in freshwater. Now, if you have a planted freshwater tank, you need some phosphates. But if you don't, if you have, some kind of a tetra tank with no plants in there, then you want to take out the phosphates as well.
Well, certainly a lot of people do have problems with algae, and a lot of people do not have live plants. There's been a big kind of emphasis on artificial plants in recent years in aquariums, I think. So would this be contraindicated then in a planted aquarium? Would it be a problem?
Yeah, I wouldn't use the phosphates in a planted aquarium. It depends on I'm not an expert on planted tanks, so I don't know what what phosphate level you need. So we do have another product that's just ClearFX. It's not ClearFX Pro, and that doesn't have the phosphate resin in it, and that's made for those types of aquariums.
I see. So that's good to know. Well,
Yeah.
with freshwater aquariums, I think in terms of there's probably more than two types, but I think in terms of the more alkaline aquariums with a higher pH, that there's certain fish that do well there, like your African cichlids and so forth. And then you've got your Amazonian type of tropical fish, your soft water, your lower pH water. You maybe even want some tannins in there, perhaps, but the kind of aquariums you'd like where you keep discus or tetras. So would this filter media not be best suited for that latter type of aquarium? It's low pH and kind of intended for your Amazonian water environment type fish.
You know what? I wouldn't be 100% sure on that. I'm really not that great at freshwater. So I don't, I know that carbon would be a great thing to have. And I don't think you'd want dirty water for them. You wouldn't want a lot of organics in the water. So I think it would be okay. But I just don't know about that.
Okay. Well, you do have the other product as well, ClearFX, which is primarily is that just carbon and the organic scavenger resin in that one?
Exactly.
I see. So it simply does not have the phosphate resin.
Right.
So that might be the better choice in that case.
Exactly.
I'm just kind of thinking aloud here, just problem solving,
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. Well, I think it's a great idea having a combination of chemical filter media in one product. That certainly makes life simpler. You don't even you don't have to shop for different kinds or even necessarily even understand them. You just know you have a complete filter media that you can put in your aquarium and expect great results from. So that sounds like a good way to go. And now you've tested this product, obviously. You want to tell us a little bit about that? What kind of results are you getting? What kind of feedback have you had?
I have been getting amazing feedback. I've sent out samples to a lot of people who have forums and had them tested on their tank. I've tested it on my tank. We even tested it on Sea Dwelling's entire water supply. And it's been doing better than I could have imagined. So all of the positives that I knew were going to be there were even more. It's been It's been great. We're getting what it does to people notice as soon as they put it in their tank that within a day or so, the water's completely clear. The corals open up more. The tank just looks healthier. It just everything gets the anemones get bigger. Your hard corals are opening up more. You can tell that it's making a difference.
I would think it might even reduce the frequency of water changes you might have to do on an aquarium. Have you found that to be true?
Definitely. I don't do water changes very often. And I haven't done one in 5 months, and which is a long time.
Really? Yes.
My tank looks fabulous. So I've got all LPS, and which are the large polypstonies. I've got hammer corals everything's from Australia, and they are doing absolutely amazing.
Well, considering for most of us, salt water changes on aquariums are not free. You have to buy that salt, and it's a fair amount of effort to go through that. Anything you could do to reduce your water changes would be a good thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow, that sounds pretty incredible.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. It's definitely the new rave. Everyone's talking about it, emailing me asking for this product. So I'm very proud of it.
Well, give us an idea of what sizes and prices it comes in.
Well, we have 2 sizes. We've got a 30-gallon size and a 60-gallon size, and then you can double that for freshwater. It works better in freshwater. It lasts longer. So the 30-gallon size would work up to 60 gallons in freshwater, and then the 60-gallon size would be 120 in freshwater. And the price ranges from $13 to $21, depending on the size and where you're getting it and shipping and all that. But you shouldn't be paying more than $21 for the large one.
And it needs replacing about how often did you say? I guess that's going to vary, isn't it?
Yeah, it varies so much. I mean, if you have a lot of fish and you've got a heavy bio load, it could last 6 weeks. If you've got a really pristine tank with only a goby or 2, it's going to last you about 4 months.
Okay, and where can we get this good stuff and give it a try?
You can get it at your local fish store, or we have some online retailers that sell it. So just type it in and you'll find it.
And to learn more about it, what is your website?
It's www.bluelifeusa.com.
Is there a phone number that people can call if they want to talk to somebody about this product or some of the other products you have?
Of course. Our phone number is 858-876-8605, or you could email me at ariel@bluelifeusa.com.
That's terrific. And I think you have a presence on Facebook too, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Our Facebook page is a lot of fun. We just hit 1,000 friends today, which is exciting, and we're going up every day.
That's terrific.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We run contests. We just had a funny T-shirt contest that ended yesterday, and it was 10 ways to know you're a reefer. And everyone submitted their reasons for being...
Oh, I can imagine. I've heard these kinds of things before. I can imagine this is a lot of fun.
Oh, it's so much fun. So we had 10 winners. They got a free shirt and some Clear FX. So we have a lot of fun stuff going on our Facebook page all the time.
Well, now, Ariel, you're talking about contests. You're talking my kind of talk. I think we're going to have a contest, and your company has been gracious enough to contribute to that. Do you want to tell us what you're kicking in?
Yep, we're going to give you 12 of the large Clear FX Pros.
So 12 bottles of the super duper filter media from Blue Life. We're going to announce a contest in the very near future, how you can win your own full-size sample of this terrific stuff to use on your aquarium. And I want to thank you, Ariel, for that. And I'm sure our listeners are going to get a big kick out of that, too. And it's a great way for them to get familiar with your products. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Of course. I'm excited for everyone to try it.
Ariel, thank you very much for joining us on the Pet Tech Show today. And thank you very much for telling us about this terrific new filter media. We're going to be looking forward to trying it out and learning about it and making use of it. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm excited to hear it.
All right, Ariel. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Pet Tech will be right back after these messages. Hey, if you like what I'm doing here at Pet Tech, I invite you to buy me a grande cup of coffee. Your support will help me grow the show. In return, I will read on the air during an upcoming episode a call-out, a short message from you to promote any pet club or group, animal protection group, or environmental cause you like. Just send your message with a check for $10 to Ken Jones, P.O. Box 61, Murphys, California, 95247. That's P.O. Box 61, Murphys, M-U-R-P-H-Y-S, California, 95247. That grande coffee is sure going to keep me going. Thanks. Hi, this is Ken Jones from the Prince of Ponds podcast. The frogs are shaking the shakers, the turtles are hitting the slapsticks, and the koi are blowing the trumpets. It's party time here at Prince of Ponds. Out under the swaying palm trees, the pond fairies are kicking up their heels and spinning in delight in the twilight. Here on Pet Life Radio, it's time to celebrate the magic of ponds, waterfalls, fountains, and water gardens at the Prince of Ponds podcast. Pet Tech is back, so now on with the show. I'd like to introduce a representative of the Simple Solution brand of products. The product or brand manager is Angela Torrey. Angela, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you for having me on.
Well, it's my pleasure, and I'm interested in hearing more about this product because I've received some nice samples of it here. In fact, we're going to have some to give away to our listeners. It's made a very big impression on me. It looks to be very well done. This particular one I'm looking at is about stain and odor remover. The products are very attractively packaged. They're very good quality in the packaging, beautiful to look at, and they give me the feeling of complete confidence in this product. And I understand that's something your company does a lot of and has been doing for a while. But before we get talking about your company, I'd like to ask you, Angela, do you have any pets?
I do. I have two pets. I actually have a Bassan.
Well,
I have a Bassan and I have a lab mix. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have two dogs at home.
I do. Yes. It's kind of a requirement to work at the company. You know, you've got to at least have pets.
I see. The testing department consists primarily of the representatives taking things home to try out on their pets. Huh?
Exactly.
Well, then you're probably no stranger to accidents, and I guess that's really what this interview is about. It's about accidents and how we clean up after them, something that your company has focused a lot on. So tell us about your company a little bit. How old is it, and what is your focus?
Sure. Well, the Branson Company, the makers of Simple Solution, has been around for about 35 years. So we're no strangers to pet messes and how to take care of them. We specialize in stain and odor removers, pet-specific stain and odor removers. They work great on household stains as well, but we really focus on the stains that pet owners would experience, such as urine stains, vomit stains, blood, and feces. And we also make a line of training pads. I don't know if you're familiar with indoor elimination pads, but we have a great line of training pads that are used generally for smaller pets that are in urban environments and or in environments where the weather conditions don't allow them to go outside on a regular basis. And we make grooming products, we make waste pickup products, you name it. Anything a pet owner could need, we manufacture it.
Well, my goodness, with 35 years of specializing in this kind of problem and these kinds of solutions, you must have it figured out by now.
We think we do, yes. But we're evolving every day. You know, there's something new that enters the market, new technologies, new substances that we'd like to test out. So we're constantly evolving. But yeah, we think we've got it pretty well figured out.
Well, when you have to design a product to get stains and odor out of carpeting and clothing and other materials, without damaging those materials, how do you go about that? How do you go about deciding? I would assume you have a few options you could turn to in the world of chemistry for that.
Yes, absolutely. And we actually have a whole R&D and research and development team that's devoted to finding these new technologies in the market. and testing them and seeing how they will work with our current products, if there's a new invention out there, a new use for pet owners out there. So, we're constantly trying to find the next newest thing out there to test out, and it's quite a process, going through, our R&D lab where all the testing and everything is done. It's not a pretty sight, we are testing to clean up urine and feces, and it's not pretty. We're taking care of messes.
Well, I know one technology that's used that we see around quite a bit today, like in laundry products and other household products, is this whole idea of oxygen or oxy components to things. And that's what this product offers. It talks about triple action oxy charge stain and odor remover. So can you tell us about this product? How does this product go about solving that problem? What is the deal with oxy?
Right. Well, Simple Solution Oxy Charge is our newest and latest innovation in stain and odor removal technology. And you're right. And, Oxy has been around for quite some time. You see it in laundry products. You see it in other cleaning products. What's really special about Oxy Charge, though, is that it actually uses 3 different types of oxy that are all blended together to create this product. It's actually the only product on the market that has all 3 of these oxygen components to it. So, it really works well at cleaning pet stains and odors. I would say that it works best on stains that have been sitting for a while. As a pet owner, sometimes you don't know when your dog has had an accident in the house. Sometimes it's a couple days before you discover it, or sometimes it's even months before you discover it. You might just kind of notice a little bit of an odor and not really sure where it's coming from. So this product works really, really good on those deep set stains that are typically very hard to remove. This is definitely the product that we would recommend for that.
So this oxygen or oxidative technology comes from the fact that it's got hydrogen peroxide as the primary component, active ingredient, I guess we could say. Mm-hmm. And so you have some variations of that that produces triple action. The product talks about triple oxy and double aldehyde, is it?
Yeah, double aldehyde.
I'm not familiar with aldehyde, but it seems you have plenty of both in this product.
We definitely do. This is the extreme version of our stain and odor removers. And you're right. Oxy is primarily a hydrogen peroxide type of product. And what it does and why it's been marketed the way that it has in the industry is that it really breaks down the stains and then eats away at them so that they're completely gone. Similar to kind of what you would see with a piece of metal that's rusting, the whole oxidation process, it breaks it down and then eats it away.
Right.
What makes this kind of unique is that it eats away at the stain, but it's completely safe on any water-safe product or any water-safe surface. So carpets, upholstery, pet bedding. It works on a multitude of different surfaces, and it's safe for pets. So even if your dog walks over it and then licks their paws, it's safe when used as directed, of course. I mean, I definitely wouldn't recommend leaving a bottle out unattended. But it's safe for pets, it's safe for your carpets, and it works extremely well.
I'm sure most of our listeners are familiar with chlorine and how chlorine oxidizes things and basically breaks down organics, and as you say. But the problem with, of course, chlorine is toxic, and it certainly would do a job on your fabrics and carpet. You really can't use that. But hydrogen peroxide is really neat because it is so safe, and yet it does the same kind of thing, doesn't it?
Exactly. And then, you mentioned the double aldehyde as well. Something that is very common with pet stains is horrendous odors, especially those urine odors. Urine has kind of a sticky protein component to it, so it it can stick around and really have quite an odor to it. So in addition to the 3 different types of oxy that we've added to this product, we've increased the double aldehyde. Double aldehyde is basically a neutralizing component that is commonly used. We just use it in more of an impact in this product to really completely eliminate those odors, not just cover them up with, a fancy fragrance, but it actually changes the molecular structure of the odor to completely neutralize it.
That's terrific. Well, it kind of covers the bases, doesn't it? I'm looking here at the labels, and you don't promise to help, you promise to solve the problem, and that's reassuring to read. The claims are that it's stronger than any professional carpet cleaning formula. Did I say that correctly? Stronger than many professional carpet cleaning formulas, and the only formula with both triple oxy and double aldehyde power. So it eliminates pet remarking. It's has high impact odor neutralizers completely, and permanently remove old and new pet-related odors. So that sounds like a job well done.
We actually had this tested by a third party. We were so confident in what we were seeing in our own lab that we sent it out to a third-party lab to test. And we included many popular national brands in this test. And come to find out, Simple Solution OxyCharge performed 30% more effective than all of those other products at removing pet stains and odors. So it's, not only a great product, but it's been proven to work as well. Stand behind all of our products with a 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're not confident with, what you see on the package and you try it and it doesn't work for you for some reason, we will give you 100% of your money back guaranteed.
And that's really nice to see. It's right there on the front label too. Satisfaction guaranteed, money back. I mean, that certainly creates reassurance.
We like our consumers to have confidence in what they're buying, and we know if they take it home and try it, it'll work for them. So, the liability of having the 100% guaranteed money back is not too much for us because our products really work, and they really work well.
Well, I hear your confidence, and I'm impressed with everything I've seen and heard, and I appreciate you being on the show today. I want you to tell us how folks can get this product. Where can they go, and tell us about your web address as well, if you would.
Sure. These products and all the Simple Solution line can be purchased at pet specialty stores nationwide. Or you can visit our website at simplesolution.com to find a retailer near you.
Well, that's terrific. Angela, I want to thank you for telling us about Simple Solutions OxyCharge products and being with us here on the show. I really appreciate it, giving us the lowdown on this product. And to thank you also because your company has sent us 10 full bottles, full product of the Simple Solution OxyCharge Stain and Odor Remover. And we have it in 2 forms. It comes in a spray bottle and also a gel brush bottle. And we're going to be giving that away to our listeners in our drawings. So I want to thank you very much for that and for doing that for our listeners.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Goodbye now.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us for Pet Tech, where we explore the science behind new products and services that make caring for your pets easier, safer, and more fun. Remember, you can reach me, your host, Ken Jones, at pettech@petliferadio.com. So where in the world can you win free prizes for your pets? It's here at Pet Tech. You don't have to be talented or good-looking to win our contest. You only need a spot of luck. We have lots of products and lots of winners, and I have new contests this week. 2 new drawings for you. This is really easy. To enter to win your free bottle of Clear Effects filter media, go to the Pet Tech Show Twitter page, click the follow button, and then click retweet to retweet our tweet announcing the release of this episode, episode 2. To enter to win your free bottle of OxyCharge Stain and Odor Remover, simply visit our brand new Facebook page, Pet Tech Podcast. Press the like button and leave a brief note saying, I want a Simple Solution. I will get back to you when you win to get your shipping address. Both drawings expire April 15th. These instructions can be found on the show notes for episode 2 at our website. If you like what I'm doing here at Pet Tech, I ask that you leave a little testimonial at our iTunes page. I invite the garden and pond lovers among you to check out my other podcast called Prince of Ponds, where we discuss ponds, waterfalls, fountains, and all sorts of ornamental water features. You can hear it at princeofponds.com, on iTunes, and on the great PetLifeRadio.com. Until next time, don't forget to give your pets a little lovin' today.